Well, since it's almost lunchtime, according to my 1970s cookbook, it's time to make our daily batch of strawberry preserves. Hello friends, this is Tina here from Under 3 Acres, and today I'm going to be making a recipe out of my 1970s cookbook because I'm on a mission to fill my pantry as full as possible before food is no longer affordable. So I am going back to the 1970s and I'm going to be making some rosy strawberry preserves. Now this was something they suggested that you do every day at lunchtime during strawberry season. So I've got here a quart of strawberries, which is about 1.5 pounds. And then in this other bowl here, I have 4 cups of sugar. This is organic cane sugar, but you could just use white sugar. And we are just going to dump that on top. Then I'm going to carefully try to combine this a little bit. And this will draw out all the juices. Preserves are different from jam in that they're not crushed. Jams use crushed fruit, jellies use the juices from fruit, and preserves reserve the shape. In this case, the recipe called that I cut all of the strawberries in half, and I'm making a big mess here. Probably should have stirred this in the bowl first. Live and learn. But I'm just gonna mix this up here, and then I'm gonna let it stand for an hour and come back and show you what to do next. Hopefully I can do this without making too big of a mess. Trying to get every last bit of sugar out of here. We're gonna bring this to a boil. And when stirring these, you want to be extra careful not to crush the berries. We want to keep the berries nice and plump. It needs to completely dissolve. This sugar is going to turn into a syrup. So we just got to keep stirring it. So now that we're boiling, I'm going to set a timer for 10 minutes. We're going to keep stirring. I'm going to turn this down just a little bit. Now that the 10 minutes are up, we're going to put a tablespoon of lemon juice into the preserves, and we are going to stir for another 3 minutes. Now the 3 minutes are up, I'm going to turn off my stove. I'm going to put a lid on this and set it aside. I'm going to let it cool, and it's going to sit here for 24 hours. I'll get back to this tomorrow afternoon. For you, it'll be just a couple seconds. So we're back about 24-ish hours later. It's a little longer than 24 hours. Life with 8 kids. Anyway, I've got my pot here on the stove. We are going to take the lid off and we're just gonna bring it to a boil, and then we get to jar it up. It's that easy. If you enjoy this type of video, I would love for you to give this video a thumbs up so that it can spread out to more people and it can help more people learn how to preserve food and to stock their pantries, grow food, and do all those things we do here on the homestead. That would be wonderful. These preserves do take a bit of time, not really in preparing, it's just that they need time to sit for the 24 hours. This allows the fruit to plump up really nice and big. It's a really nice treat. I can't wait to use this. I think it would also make a really nice Christmas gift. For thinking ahead like that, I like to give preserves as gifts. Before we finish here, we need to wipe the rims and make sure, again, check again your rims to make sure there are no chips or cracks in them. I like to soak my lids in hot water and hot boiling water. Got my jars ready to go in the water bath, but there's a little tiny bit left in the pot, so I'm gonna take a taste. The kids aren't around. Oh my gosh, that is so good. This will taste so good on top of a cheesecake. Hi, Future Tina here. That was such a great idea that I decided that in my next video, I'm going to make for you my dairy-free, gluten-free cheesecake using my strawberry preserves. So be sure, if you haven't already, to subscribe and hit that bell so that you'll be notified when that video is released. I'll let you get back to your video now. Bye. I'm gonna have to do an extra workout today, but it's gonna be worth it. I'm gonna water bath can these. Back to real life. I'm going to water bath can these for 5 minutes. I'm going to adjust for my elevation. 5 minutes is the base. You fill them up. I forgot to mention, you fill them up to 1/4 inch below the rim. Pop them in there in the canner and get those done. Look at the color of this. So good. You have to try this. This is so delicious. It's sweet. I'm gonna tell you, it's sweet, but it's so delicious. I almost never run a canner almost empty, but I didn't have anything else that I was canning today, so I'm just gonna can those up and let it be. I have to bring the water level up above the jars. You wanna make sure you have at least 1 inch above your jars. One of these measuring tools is a great thing to have. You just set it on top of the top jar, and this is the inch marker. After the preserves are finished processing, you put the jars somewhere to rest for 24 hours. Then you can wipe the jars, label them, and pop them in your pantry and enjoy them as a wonderful treat. Thanks for hanging out with me today on my channel. I hope to see you in the next video. Bye for now.